I want to give all praises, honor, and glory unto Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahweh Shai, Ba'ashem R'chakodash. Also want to give double honor to the apostle, elders, and bishops, the great millstone. Blessings and salutations unto the elect of Yasharallah, which consists of the so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans today, as well as unto the hopeful elect that I came out there enduring this truth across the four corners of the earth, as well as the men and women that follow. All right. And just doing a quick lesson. I'm over here going on about a 20-minute walk here to be. But I was listening to Elder Apostle Tahar's video. Let me see the title of it again. It says, and she shall be utterly burned with fire, for strong is the Lord who judgeth her. And he's going into how pretty much, Esau and well, he mentioned something. He pretty much said that the elites know that what we're saying is true, And if you think about it, the crazy thing is they think that their plan is the Most High plan. And what I mean by that is them going into certain countries, all right, due to whatever reason, to change the regime, help the people, get certain resources, whatever the case is. And what it is people are starting to come privy to it. Oh, okay, so they just kind of go around the earth doing whatever they want, right? And not really knowing that because they're doing those things is actually fulfilling prophecy. All right, I'm gonna see if I can find this precept that the brother always quotes. One as thyself, maybe. Oh, might be the right wording. I do know it's in Psalms. Okay. This is Psalm 50 and 21. It says, "These things hast thou done." Let's go up a little bit, see what they got. Let's go to 19. It says, "Thou givest thy mouth to evil, and thy tongue frameth deceit." And pretty much that's how you got in the world, man. Because you make covenants to break covenants. That's the Esau, Edom, M.O. You know what I'm saying? That's his number one weapon is deceit. Well, I can't say that because he was blessed with the sword. I'll say one of his weapons is deceit. All right. Verse 20, it says, "Thou sittest and speakest against thy brother." All right. "Thou slanderest thy own mother's son." There you have it. You got Jacob and Esau, born of the same womb, but two different nations. They was twin brothers. Esau being older, Jacob being younger. Esau being the so-called Caucasians, all right, predominantly in these times. And Jacob, a.k.a. Israel, or the Israelites, okay, whom the world have a problem with us saying or proving that we are so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans today, okay? Us being his brother. And he slanderous us, all right? And he speak against us constantly. That's why the world look at us like we're nothing. Because through his deceit, through his lies, through his propaganda, through his systemic oppression, he has made us out to be public enemy number one. But that's okay. Because this is all the will of Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai. Right? We are on the bottom. We are on the bottom. Look at our people, man. Look at the women of our nation. Constantly committing adultery. Shaking their ass on the internet everywhere. Pretty much, how do I word it? Pretty much raising their daughters to be any kind of way. Yeah, they're damn near worse than them. And the men being effeminate, being soft, you know, being having the spirit of women on them. I guess that would go under effeminate, but can't be told nothing. Don't like to be corrected, you know. We're on the bottom, man. Run from responsibility, can't take accountability. All right, like the scriptures say, the whole head is sick. Overall, our whole nation is messed up, man. All right, due through those, you know, Esau and well, the curses. You have the curses. The Lord said if we didn't mind his ways and words, that those things would come upon us, man. All right, that our enemy would be able to overtake us. So that's where Esau's at. That's where he comes in at. He's the Lord's sword, as it also says in Psalms. But that's where he was mistaken at. Let's read 21. It says, these things hast thou done, and I kept silence. So the Lord ain't said much over time. He let Esau do what he do. All right, we've gotten our punishment. All right, falling away first, starting with 70 AD. All right, and then coming down to the point where even in this present day, getting our heritage back, going back, you know, some decades, back to the 70s through the spirit of Yahweh Shem Yahushua. You know, the Lord kept silence up until that point. Yeah, all right, them dry bones start to rattle and started to shake, man, because it was life that was breathed unto them, you know. So it says, thou thoughtest that I was altogether such an one as thyself. You know, Esau, the Lord is not on your side. No matter how much he keeps silent, no matter how much of your rap sheet he's constantly building, you know, eventually he's going to judge you, and we in those times. That's why the things that are happening at this point are happening. You have it to where Nero 47, all right, DJT is going about the earth causing animosity from nation to nation to nation towards America, because eventually Jeremiah 50 and 51 in particular have to be fulfilled. All thee that bend the bow. All right, let me finish this out. It says, but I will reprove thee and set them in order before thine eyes. And that's what's happening. We are being set in order before their eyes through the spirit of Yahweh Shem Yahushua. Okay, so I was thinking upon that. It's like Esau is willing to read the scriptures and go exactly against what the scriptures say, what it says not to do, he'll do to test the Most High, in a sense. The Lord say, if you can get rid of the lights in the heavens and search out the heavens and search out the seas, then he'll do away with his people. Well, he created submarines, he created satellites, space stations, expensive telescopes. He talked about sending rockets and missiles to the moon and to the sun. So he's really willing to tempt the Most High, to test the Most High, man. He's willing to do that. And I got to the point, what if he is, like the elder apostle has said, all right, he understands what we saying is true, but what if he, quote unquote, got a trick up his sleeve? You know, like, I'll do everything up until this point, and that's when I'll just, boom, change my mind, you know? But as the scriptures say, he's blinded by his wickedness. So he really think he's going to win this battle, you know? He really think he's going to win this battle. He think that he is the Most High. He think that he can make the moves that the Most High make. All right. So I was just thinking about that. It's like, hey, that could be on his mind, because they know what we saying is true, but they're still following in the footsteps towards their destruction. But what, you know, them being blinded by their wickedness, what if they absolutely think that they can change it? You know, or not even think they can change it, willing to try to change it, willing to get up to a certain point and then be like, okay, you know, because, hey, he This is one I like to bring out in Isaiah. Walk a little bit more. Is it Isaiah? Is it Isaiah? Dang, I kind of lost my train. Oh, yeah, Isaiah 47. Isaiah 47 for Nero 47. It says, let me see. Yeah, this is Isaiah 47 and 7, and it says, "And thou saidst, I shall be a lady forever, so that thou didst not lay these things to thy heart, neither didst remember the latter end of it." Because when you read up, the Lord is pretty much talking about he's going to judge this place. But their mindset is their house is going to continue forever. You know, that this land, particular America, it's never going to be touched. It's never going to be destroyed. It's never going to have foreign troops upon it. All right. It says, "Therefore hear now this, thou that art given to pleasures, that dwellest carelessly." And that's why I dwell carelessly. All of the money that they spend upon the military, you know, that's his blessing, you know. So you're speaking in America, particularly the Edomites over on this side, they take pride in that, you know. You're spending all that money on their military. So that gives them the ability, in a sense, to think like that, you know, to think as if they don't need to be cautious, man. It says, "That sayest in thine heart," man, this is what they say in their heart and their mind, "I am and none else beside me." Well, when you read earlier in the same book, the Lord said that. All right. Well, the Lord said it multiple times. Let me see if I can bring it up. I thought I corrected the letter and still didn't. We got Isaiah 45 and 5. "I am Yahweh, and there is none else. There is no power beside me. I girded thee, though thou hast not known me." Isaiah 45 and 6. "That they may know from the rising of the sun and from the west that there is none beside me. I am Yahweh, and there is none else." He also says it again in Isaiah 45 and 21. "Tell ye and bring them near, yea, let them take counsel together. Who hath declared this from ancient time? Who hath told it from that time? Have not I, Yahweh? And there is no power else beside me, a just power and Savior. There is none beside me." All right. Now, then you go into Esau feeling as if he's that same, you know, when you get to Isaiah 47. All right. But that's not the case. At the end of the day, when you speak about 2 Thessalonians, if I'm not mistaken, you know, they sit in the seat at a Most High, you know, as if they is the Most High, roughly paraphrasing. All right, so, hey, they're going to find out. They're going to really find out the true power of Yahweh B'Shem Yahweh Shai. Like we always say, they got the history, they got the books, they got all the knowledge of what the Lord is willing, what the Lord has done and what he's willing to do when it comes to judging the nation, man. Okay? And best believe they're going to find out firsthand. All right? Hey, so with that, Lord willing, you was edified, and Lord willing, we're allowed to endure to the end. Once again, I want to give all praises, honor, and glory unto Yahweh, Ba'Shem, Yahweh Shai, Ba'Shem, Rachar Kadash, Shalom.